one of our CRM consultants, Yadnesh, who's worked on this project a lot. And over to you, Yadnesh.
Hello everyone, this is Yadnesh. Yeah, hi. So I hope you guys are able to see my screen.
I can.
Does anyone have any issue in seeing my screen? You should be able to see the login page. All right. Okay. So if you see at the top, I'm going to put the URL as teenagesolutionyui.crm.dynamics.com. I'm just gonna hit enter. And now you can see I'm using Google Chrome browser, so there is no issue with the browsers as well. I will type username.
So while Yagnesh is typing the username, all the attendees are set up on CRM, so they can she should be able to access basically using your email. So if it's let's say abhat@teenagesolson.com, and then using your domain password that you use today. So this URL you can save in your favorites bar. So in your Chrome, I'm assuming most people are using Chrome today, but you can continue to use IE if that's your preference. But we've come a long way since 4.0. So this is the test. Yes.
I missed the password portion. You said we typed the password in.
Yes. So you're going to use the same password that you enter when you log into your machine in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Network password. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Correct. Right. And this is the UAT environment. Is HTTPS Teenage Olson UAT, which is user acceptance testing, but Teenage Olson UAT.crm.dynamics.com. Right. All right. Yadnesh, go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So I will just bookmark my page here. Yeah. So now if you can see from the top left, you can see the Teenage Olson logo. And earlier in CRM 4.0, you guys used to have top level. There was no top level navigation. There was only left side navigation where you used to access the areas and entities. So which is replaced with the top level single bar. If you see this hamburger menu, from which you can access all your areas like workplace, sales, marketing, field 1, Sky, settings, etc. And if you still drill down to the individual area, you can see the individual entity. So, which is quite fun. Alright. So, alright. Let's say if you click on individual area, you can directly go to the respective entities of that area. And similarly, if you recently have accessed any of the record, like for opportunity, you can see it in the recently viewed right beside the arrow, which you can see on the opportunity. So this was one of the opportunity which I have accessed recently. That's why it is showing me recently accessed. At the top, after next to that, there is a clock icon where you can see the recently accessed views, and you can pin them in for accessing them directly. Like let's say if I want to access open opportunities frequently, I can just pin them so that it will never go. Similar to the records, where we can pin the dashboard, we can pin individual record of any type, and that will show you at the top. Next to that, let's say if you get a phone call, you can directly click on this is the quick create button, where you can quickly create any of these activities. Let's say task, phone call, email, appointment, etc. Next to that is global search, where you can search whatever you want across all entities. So earlier we used to have specific to entity. Let's say for this, we can search here only opportunities, but here we can search opportunities, accounts, leads, etc. So it is across entities. Next to that, earlier we used to have in CRM4 advanced find button for on the ribbon of the individual view, which is now at the top. So you don't have to navigate to that respective entity. You can directly go and click on advanced find to see whatever data you want. Next to that is you can pick any photo and you can keep that as a your display page. And next to that, we are going to do is the settings, which is the personal settings, which individual user has to do. So, all right. So, any questions so far?
Nope.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the settings and options, where you guys want to set these settings at the first time. Yeah. So here, mostly the general page you guys will be accessing. Here we'll start with.
Guys, so just one quick comment. If anybody is not talking, please mute yourself so there is no disturbance on the line. Thank you.
All right. So if you see the default page, so here what you can set is on which area and which entity you want to come as a default page when you log into the system. I have kept it as a sales opportunities. That's why you were able to see the open opportunities view. After that, by default, this records per page will be set to 50, which I have set it for 250 because I want to see 250 records per view per entity. Then the next thing you will have to set is your time zone. For US people, it will be -5 GMT. Then the next thing is the currency, which you will set as per your location. Um, and on this page, once you set everything, you can click on OK. So I have already set it, so I will not click on OK. I will just cancel this because once you click OK, the page will get refreshed. Right. So that's so far. Any questions? Okay. All right. Yeah, please. All right. Next, we will navigate to the individual record. Let's start with the uh, sales process. Let's go to the lead. Okay. By default, I have kept my open leads as a default view. But let's say if you want to see open leads every time when you come to lead entity, what you just have to do is go to the respective view and just pin the view so that next time whenever you come here, you will see the whatever pinned view you just have set. Right. So next is let's start with the creating lead. Okay. If you can see the new form, it is we have customized the form as per your current CRM4. But earlier you used to have tabs on a single window. You used to have tabs horizontally. Now here we have tabs vertically, and you can directly switch between the tabs using the small hamburger menu which you can see here, where you can get the list of forms you have. Let's say general, details, administration, etc. Let's start with the general section. Then I'll put the uh, required information. Let's say purchase organization. Then the first name is Albert Smith. Company name is street name is and city. So one thing here is we have the master list of state and countries where we are validating the country which is entered by the user. So you can, and here we can see the smart type text where whatever you type, you will get the suggestion from the master list. So let's say I will select this, put the zip code as country as US. This is the same applies to US. And at the background also, if you even if user entered some any data, it will check at the background and it will throw an error if the country and the combination of country and state is invalid. So for now I will select correct one and I'll go to details to fill the required fields. Now, now one additional change here is that for new, while creating the new records, you can see the save option here. But here onwards, once the record is saved, the record automatically gets saved. Whatever changes you made, record automatically gets saved after 30 seconds. Or if you explicitly want to save the record, you can see at the bottom right corner, the save icon. You just have to click the save button and record will be saved. So for now, I will click on save. If you see at the bottom right, it is saving the record. You can see the status. The record is saved. Okay. Now if you see, sorry, if you see at the top, all the information is filled. At the top, you can see there are two options: existing account and existing contact. Let's say you are creating a lead, which is existing contact, which is new contact for an existing account. You can just quickly type the name. Let's say I have Infotech account for which I am creating this lead. Okay, I will select this existing account. If you see at the bottom right, you can see unsaved changes. I will just click on save and the record will be saved. Let's see, if you see in the navigation, you can see Albert Smith, which is the name of this lead record, and at the right side of the immediate right side of that name, you can see the small arrow, which allows us to navigate to the related entities of this record. So for now, we'll let it as it is, and we'll qualify the lead.
So wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Why did you link it to Infotech? Is it linked now to Infotech?
Yes, that is correct. So I assume that this lead is a contact for the Infotech account, which is already there in our system. So that's why our system will not create a new account with the same name. It will just associate this new lead, which will be created as a contact to the existing account.
But wasn't the company called something else? Auto Clearance or something?
Yeah, so sorry, I put that as a mistake because I was just going to show this scenario. So here it will consider as a Infotech only because we have put existing account.
Okay.
Yeah. Also the duplicate detection. So the lead qualification process is also changed from CRM4. Earlier we used to get a small pop-up which is called as which was asking whether we want to create opportunity or not, which is now changed, and here the opportunity, contact, and account records are created automatically. At the same time, we already have set up the same duplicate detection rules where if you have the same account name which you are typing in our company name of the lead, and if you try to qualify the lead, it will first pop you up that this account already exists, whether you want to associate this lead to the existing contact or you want to create a new one. Still, if you click on save, it will create a new record. Okay, so now we are navigated to opportunity. I will just select the necessary fields. Okay, Save the record. Okay, now record is saved. Here we are assuming, sorry, just a minute.
So Jesse has a question. Um, how you converted the lead to an opportunity. Maybe can we run through another lead where we actually also create the account and the contact, because we can convert that account to from a prospect to a customer. So let's walk through the process again.
Yeah, okay. Let's again go to leads. Now if you see earlier we have been open leads as a default view. That's why we are able to see open leads by as a default view.
So in this case, we are actually going to go ahead and create a lead with a new contact, and we are dealing with a new prospect who's not an existing customer or prospect already. So it's called auto clearance. We'll go ahead and once we save or put in all the information, we'll save it, and then we will not select existing account or existing contact. We'll just click on the qualify button. So that's how it automatically will create the account record, contact record, and your opportunity record, and it will open the opportunity record for you. So let's go ahead and save this guy. And the moment you save it, you will see the option to qualify. So Jesse, to your question, when you click qualify, it does all the other internal processes, and within a couple of seconds pops open your opportunity. So let's go ahead and click on qualify. And when we do that, it now shows us the converted opportunity. So in this case, it has created a new customer and a new contact.
Okay, so now if you see at the top, we have seen potential customer automatically selected as the new account which is created. At the same time, the contact is also created for this opportunity with the same name as lead. I will, yes, that is correct. New lead of type, new account of type prospect will be created.
So no, Jesse's question is, can he qualify a lead into just an account and not create the opportunity? So the answer is no. It will create an opportunity always. So that's the change in process Jagnesh talked about. If there is a concern there, you let us know so we can work with David and you guys to figure out a process here that works. But today, out of the box, it will create an opportunity for us.
Okay, so here I will put the necessary information. Save the record. Okay, so now here we are assuming that the SOPON integration will be there, which will once we create the code header, we are assuming that the code will be passed to the SOPON, and an order will be integrated into AX, and so we are here assuming that we already have the codes and opportunities ready to close, and let's mark this opportunity as close as won. So let's type. Okay. Yeah. So if you can see, my opportunity is now in won state. Now let's move to converting this prospect into customer. I can just click on this record.
So while Yagnesh goes to that, it's just going to open up the account record for auto clearance, and it will show you that it is currently marked of type prospect. So Yagnesh, go ahead.
Yeah. Now if you can see, we already have the John Thomas, which was created automatically as a primary contact, and address and all other details are filled. Let's directly mark this customer. So if you can see on the form, the customer prospect field is set to prospect, which is prospect, and the field is locked. Users are not allowed to change this field because this will be changed through our CRM to AX integration. Now, if you can see at the top ribbon, you can see convert to customer button, and this will allow you to convert this account, that is, convert this prospect into the customer. So I will just click on convert to customer. You can see a small message: request for customer integration with AX is initiated and will be processed in the background. So once you click on this button, all the fields which are integrated in AX are locked and you cannot change it directly from CRM. So let's assume the integration is working in background. Let's wait a couple of minutes because it runs in background and it takes generally a couple of minutes to get it integrated into AX and updates the data back into CRM.
So, I'll just quickly add something here. So you see that some fields are locked, and the record itself is not fully locked because there are going to be actions that are being performed still in CRM, whether it's associating new opportunities to this customer or by your service team where they enter things like calibration and other details. So those fields which don't affect your accounting system are not locked, and so those can still be updated. The integration itself happens in real time from CRM. So information goes across into your integration tool in the middle, which is Scribe, and then it starts processing it, and takes a minute or two typically, but it gets all the information back, and once it's done, it will mark the prospect and value on the customer/prospect as a customer, and it will also bring across the respective details from AX, and at that point your accounting system has all the information it needs, or your ERP AX system has all the information it needs, and for people in there to proceed with changes or to proceed with understanding that this is a new customer. So Yagnesh, what is the next step while we wait for the account to sync?
Yeah, so let's check if the account is integrated. I'm just refreshing the page.
So while it refreshes, the same process is going to be true for when you create contacts in CRM, if you want to send them over to AX. And the same process will be true when you create additional addresses in AX, in CRM, and for them to sync over to AX. And so some of that also will be showing in a couple of minutes. So for example, go ahead, Yadish.
Yeah, now if you can see at the top, the map convert to customer button is gone because this prospect is now converted as a customer and is integrated into AX. If you can see, we already have received the account number from AX, and let's check for other entities as well. For other entities, it takes some additional time, but it should populate in some time. So till that time, what we can do is we can go ahead and add additional addresses. So if you can see here from on the account record, we can see all the necessary information like more addresses, activities, whatever you have for this account, audit history, contacts, etc. Opportunities, quotes, orders, invoices. From here only you can directly navigate. So let's go ahead and add more addresses. I'll click on this. Let's say I will add this address as a service type so that we can see the service locations are also getting created, and we can see the service location ID. So for addresses as well, we have the similar functionality where we have to click on map to AX button and which will allow us to transfer the request to integrate address with the AX. Also, if you see, yeah, sure, David, we'll explain them. So if you see, the request has been sent for integration of address, so form is locked. Let's wait for a couple of minutes. Till the time address is getting integrated, we can go to account again and see the respective um, sections. Yeah, let's check if we already got account numbers for US and India.
So while this page loads, thing is loaded now. So Bagnesh, we can do a global search, right? So let's do a global search here. So this is just an example, guys. You know, you guys are going to be leveraging global search a lot. It actually searches across all the entities set up to allow for that search. So in this case, it figured out there's a service location for global auto clearance that we just created. There is an account for auto clearance. Really, the system has evolved from 4.0 to 8.0, which is 2016, to allow to do a lot of these things fairly fast. So this is, I think you guys are going to be leveraging this feature a lot.
So now we also have the account number for UK, which is coming from UK legal entity of AX, and we also have we also have account number for India. Also, if you see other fields which are specifically related to the respective legal entity in AX, these fields are integrated from AX. So whatever updates comes from goes in done in AX, which is these fields are populated with respect to the respective legal entity. Let's say if you change the account, that is a customer in AX in only US legal entity, it will change the respective field in this US section on the account form. Any questions so far?
Yes. Do you still
Yeah.
have to verify that the account numbers are the same through all three entities, or how many ever entities there are?
This
Yeah, Nish, to
Yes.
explain, right now we have a sync issue where sometimes you will click the convert to customer. It will actually grab an account number in the U.S. but not grab the same one in the U.K. or vice versa. So the account numbers end up being off sync, and someone has to go in and change them.
Okay, so that's an AX issue, right? But Jim,
Well, it's a conversion issue.
No, but you're right. So what happens is, let's take the legal entities in AX, US and UK, and we know that we're not supposed to create new customers in AX, right? But if today this customer's thing, can they've got the same account numbers, 403263 across both legal entities, but if for whatever reason somebody went and created a specific customer inside of US, then that number has gone up by 1. So because AX says, each one of them is separate.
So does it matter? Then becomes
It doesn't
the
matter
other
at all.
question.
No, it doesn't matter at all. It doesn't for AX says I have 3 legal entities and I'm 3 separate businesses. I don't really, AX says I don't care what is happening in the other database, which is TO US or TO India. And so AX operates in that manner. It sends over this information to CRM, and CRM is storing everything, but it does not matter. So even if it is different, you don't have to change anything.
So if we come up with different
I can
numbers,
just add in there. Sorry.
Yes, sir.
go ahead.
On this issue, from a business perspective, it does matter that the account numbers are different. From an IT perspective and system perspective, the systems don't care, but definitely we do need to ensure that they are the same. Our current problem is because when there are issues with mapping to AX, if the system runs into a problem, then it will start to create an account in TOUS, it will fail, and then create an error, but that number has already been allocated in AX, which puts them out of sequence. The integration between CRM and AX that we are now using is much more stable, and we don't feel that we will see the problems in terms of creating the accounts. It's not to say we won't, but the integration is far more stable now than it was in CRM 4 and AX 2009.
Correct.
So we still should verify that the numbers are match across the group.
Yes.
Okay. I just want to be clear. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Go ahead, Anish.
Okay. So now let's see the address which was integrated.
So we see a little bit of a lag on our side, of course, because the system we are operating in Mumbai. So, but you guys should not overall see much lag here. So the other things we do while this address loads up are mapping of contacts, mapping of addresses. These all originate from CRM, and they get created into AX across each legal entity, and then updates happen in AX for those respective fields, and then that information is driven back into CRM.
Okay. Now, if you can see, we have the map to X field is set to yes using the integration, and AX rec ID also filled from AX. Also, let's go ahead and open this form to see what service location we have. So if you see service location ID, which is in the format where S stands for service location, the ID will be account number and -1, that is account, how many number of service locations you have for this particular customer. Okay, let's go ahead and convert this map this contact also in AX. So for contact also we have similar functionality where we can just click on map to AX and the contact will be integrated. Go ahead and do that. Same functionality is there for contact as well. We'll wait for another 1 or 2 minutes to see the contact updates. On the details section, the contact number US and the contact number UK field should be updated. Let's go ahead and refresh the page.
So from a sales standpoint, this is kind of the overall process that you guys use today. We've gone through the navigation of CRM. Logins for all users have been created. They'll be shared either by the end of the day today or before tomorrow morning. So you guys can access with all the details. The recording from this session is going to be put up as well online, and a link will be sent along with your login details. But from a sales angle, we've gone through leads, talked about opportunities, mapped customers, contacts, addresses to AX, and seen how information comes back. Do you guys have any questions with regards to anything else you want us to cover today? So I believe there is a question from Akshay. Correct. Yes, Akshay. So Akshay's question is that today you guys have the option to use CRM in Outlook to do the tracking. So you will still have the CRM for Outlook client that will sit inside of your Outlook, and that functionality that you have today will continue to behave the same way. What we've demonstrated today is basically the browser-based client and how it works. The main agenda being to cover how the user interface and the features have drastically changed from 4.0. Hopefully when you start playing around with this, you'll discover more things and more questions hopefully for us, but there's lots and lots more. I was involved in your CRM 4.0 implementation and all the way into CRM 2016, which is really CRM 8.0, so it's 4.0 times 2. There's been a lot of change. There's also a mobile client, which we haven't gone to yet, but we'll be going through soon. But first, we want to focus on the browser-based client. But to recap, Akshay, your question, yes, you guys will still continue to use CRM from your Outlook, and you also have now the browser-based option, which works well on any browser, and you have the mobile option, which works really well across really iPhones, Androids, and if you're a really avid Windows Phone user, then Windows Phone too. So, all right. Yes.
Quick question, Anil. There
Yes.
was a problem in having emailing out of CRM and retaining signatures, if you will. Has that
Correct.
been addressed in this version?
Yes, it has been addressed, and we can take it up in maybe a next review with you. But yes, it has been addressed. You can actually insert signatures by using templates.
Okay.
Sometimes I do send emails from CRM. Usually I don't, but sometimes I do. And then there is an option for you to have your signature.
And therefore, that will automatically link whatever you have to the account. You won't have to link it manually, I guess, is what I'm...
That is correct. So that's the advantage, but and still the other side of the conversation is the formatting is not great from CRM. Sending emails from CRM is still a cumbersome process. So
Okay.
we still want to continue focusing on the fact that we use our current process, which is using CRM within Outlook and doing our emailing and appointment tracking or the regarding setup for the leads and all of that from within our Outlook. And there's going to be one more session soon, which is actually going to focus on seeing how this works within Outlook.
Okay. Very good. Thank you.
Yep.
Hello?
Yes.
Would you be able to show us the screen if we're just searching for a specific customer?
Yes.
So that would be interesting to see, the list of customers.
Correct. So we have a lot of data here. So maybe we'll just type in Infotech, right? We're one of the customers. So we just type that in. It's a global search. It searches across various entities. So in this case, it has searched that it found several Infotech. I don't know what the last one is. Maybe it has some other information in there. But if you scroll up, Yagnesh, so it found a bunch of Infotech customers. And it also found service locations. It can find contacts. It can find a bunch of stuff here. So,
Well, when you're searching for Infotech, what other information appears on this screen that we're looking at so we can determine if it's the right account to go further into? Will we see other service and delivery addresses as we scroll through this screen?
So two questions here. One is, first, when I see accounts, I'm seeing 3 pieces of information: Infotech, customer, and some number I'm seeing. And secondly, if I do want to go to a specific account, does it respectively show me its service location, or does it just show me all service locations associated with Infotech as a customer? So Yagnesh, you want to take that?
Yeah. So regarding to your second question, if you search here globally, in this list you will see all the service locations which are matched with the search query, irrespective of your account. Let's say in this case, this service location is only related to Infotech, but if you have multiple service locations and which are not related to particular account, it will show all the service locations here. And now the next question is what information we can see. So here we can see three fields which are set as a first three fields which are set on the lookup view of the particular entity. We have customized view which is used as a quick find view. So on that quick find view, whatever information you search, the first three fields of that view will be appearing.
So can you give us another example where the account on the left-hand side shows delivery and service addresses on the right-hand side on this screen? Is that what we will see?
Yes, you will see all. So right now you're just seeing service locations, but let's
So
put
how
an
about
example.
we use DOW, D-O-W?
Okay, so let's put DOW. Let's see if we have data in the system for DAO.
Okay.
So example. This is an example,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
So it's
So
found a lot of
how
stuff.
do I read this?
So basically, what you're doing is on the left, at the very top of each of these sections, you're seeing which entity it's focused on. So the first one is accounts, then there's contacts, then there's leads, then there's activities, and I think there is one more. There is locations. So there's 5 of these. Yagnesh, is it correct? You can have up to 6, or you can have unlimited amount of entities here.
We have limit, but we can add more.
Okay. So if you have 5 account difference, which one would you know to open? So Dave, so the question, another question is, let's say if I have five Infotech accounts in different states, right? So to that, what Yagnesh said is your account on the extreme left, you're seeing 3 fields. Well, first is the account name, which you always want, but the next 2 fields, you tell us which are most relevant to get you to that point and think, hey, this is the one I want to open. So if it's, let's say, hey, you know what, just show me the account name, show me the state, and show me the city. Mm-hmm. And so those 3 information can come in. So whatever, and I think 2 or 3 pieces of information are enough to drive us in the right direction that, hey, I want to open this account or this contact.
But on the right-hand side, but like to the right, it says active, and then it has DAO read. Is that a contact associated with the one on the left, DAO prospect?
No, these are all individual searches across all these entities and saying, hey, take the word DAO and bring me information from these entities for whatever I've enabled it to search on. So they are independent pieces of information, not related
all
to each other.
independent. I see.
Yes.
I see.
So ideally, though, the best thing is you would focus on getting to the core entity you're trying to. So let's say if I want to get to a service location or if I want to get to a contact, I search for that and I get to that. Or if I want to get to an account and I want to see the addresses under that, I try to get to the account first and I quickly open that account, and then when Yagnesh showed the navigation, you quickly go into its more addresses and just pick up your address. So that's the
So so if I'm searching for DAO in Philadelphia, just use that as an example, how would I do that?
Correct. So if you're searching for DAO in Philadelphia, and if that is a recurring trend across the business, right? Hey, we typically want to. We have 20 DAOs. We just want to focus by city or by state maybe. So the fields that you see here for the account will always have DAO, but the next one can always be the city. So
the city, the bill to city.
The bill to city, yes.
I see.
Always the bill to city.
It says filter with next to the search. Does that help you narrow the field with which you're searching in?
So I need to see what that is. So let's click on that. So it basically allows you to further you got an overall search, but now it's focused only on one specific entity. So that helps.
I see.
So yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Well, could you show us what history looks like when we attach history to an account or to a contact?
Definitely. So let's go ahead and open maybe a DAO customer.
Okay.
Let's see if we can look at some history. So this is basically email sort of appointments, right?
Yes.
Correct. So it works and behaves the same way it does today. So instead of clicking on on the left-hand menu, you're clicking on this menu that drops down from the top, and you go to activities, and that's where you would see basically all your history. And then you have the capability. Here you don't have anything, but you would see all your history here. And then on the extreme right-hand side, you have the ability to search within that history.
I see. Okay, thank you.
It's nice, very nice. Does anybody else have any more questions? I mean, these are very good questions. And
yeah, I've got one question. On the old CRM, we had, it's similar to what we were just saying about searching for Dow in Philadelphia. We had an advanced find function, but you could set up your own little sort of settings to look for different things. That looks like what you're hovering over right now.
Yeah. So that's your advanced find. It has become significantly more advanced than it was in 4.0.
Okay.
It can do a lot more. So if you are a power user and if you're doing a lot of stuff, your advanced finds is still there, and you can save it as your personal view, and so whatever gets you closer to quickly getting to information. But yeah, the advanced find is just phenomenally better than what it used to be in 4.0. So
Okay.
So one question, yes, Jesse.
I just have another question about the advanced find. When we go to the new version, will the advanced finds that we've already created be just transferred to the new version of CRM, or will we have to recreate all our advanced finds?
Your advanced finds will be transferred to the new CRM.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Right now they might not be there, but a global level advanced finds will come through, and your personal ones also should come through.
I see Jesse had a couple questions in the chat.
Yes, just going through that. Will they come? So one was also, if you have saved views, will they come over to the new CRM? Yes. Can I search the search view so it shows more companies? Can you change the search view? So Jesse, you meant the search view on the advanced find or the global search view that we showed you? Global search. So Yavnesh, can you go back to global search? I think it is restricted to how much you can see there, but the question is, if you do some search, how much, let's say if there are 50 DAOs or 100 DAOs, how much can it show?
Yeah, I think the question is, the screen you're showing is showing the top 3 entries, and her question might be more a matter of, can I get 5 or 10 responses back from that global search?
No, the global search shows more than 3. The 3 was actually corresponding to the number of fields in a particular record that we show on that quick global search. So you can see, hey, it's Dow, Philadelphia. Yep, this is what I want to open. But otherwise, it returns a lot more than that. It returns whatever is there. So I don't know what the limit is in what it can show in a single page, but that I'll confirm with you, Jesse. And Sue, you wanted to become the presenter? I think so. I'm going to make. I had a request from Sue Martin.
No, I hit that by mistake.
Oh. Okay, sorry about that. All right. So, but we owe an answer to you, Jesse, with regards to how much information we can see on that page. So, yeah, Dinesh will respond to that. Any other questions?
Yeah, I have one. I noticed when you did the opportunity, there was no quote screen like we had to do now. We do the opportunity and the quote, so that's gone.
Yep.
The quote screen. Okay.
No, it'll come up. David, you want to talk a little bit about the quote option?
I think Sue, the quote header section in CRM is still there, and it will, in terms of integration into Sophon, it will work pretty much the same as you have it now. The back end is a lot different in terms of how it's syncing and the data transfer, but you'll click the configurator button and it will take the information from the account, the opportunity, the quote through to Sophon. There is an improved mapping tool, so that actually we can take more fields from CRM through to Sophon, which should reduce some of the number of questions that you have to answer in Sophon, because they'll be pre-populated but ultimately those steps will still be the same. And when you close the quote from Sophon, it will pop up with the version control screen. You can manage the versions, you close the version, and then it will update CRM. The quote will actually also be linked to the CRM record, and it will use CRM functionality to sync the quote information to the sort of back office database. Again, so that's where we're seeing some of the improvement in synchronization.
Okay.
All right, guys. Anything else that we need to cover today? I hope this has been a useful session. I think you guys have, many of you guys have looked at this for the first time today, and hopefully as you start playing with this system over the next few days, you guys give us any feedback, and we can. This is going live in soon. We have time to go through a good UAT, so these questions were good today. Hopefully you get more of that. But otherwise, we don't have anything else for today's session.
So this will be available to get into by tomorrow, I guess, is what I think I heard you say?
Yes, before tomorrow morning.
Okay.
So all of TO people here, what we want you to do is go in and poke around, make sure you can navigate to where you need to be, show yourselves where all the fields are that you're familiar with in CRM4, and go through some of your processes that you would normally do in CRM4. Try and go through them on CRM8 or CRM 2016, whatever you want to call it, so that we can find out if there's any gaps, if we've missed something, if things need to be rearranged. Some of that's going to depend on just the design of the system, but some of it may be things that we can change, things that we can update. For like the 3 pieces of information that come back from the search field, it depends on what people want to see and need to see in order to be able to do your job better. So. All right, Anil, anything else? Or Manish?
No, we don't have anything else. It's a good session, and expect the logins tomorrow, before tomorrow morning, and also expect the link to the recording, which will be posted on YouTube. So. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Guys,
thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.
Okay.
Right.
Take
Thanks
care.
a lot. Bye-bye. Bye. Thanks, Jesse. Bye, everyone.